This is Jeff Mead, and I have my daily diary open in front from back in December of 1978. And when the tractors left Lewis Strike Office and headed for Topeka. And I drove one of Stapleton's tractors there. Dub and Clara Stapleton were in their pickup and motorhome, and their trailer. Now then, the tractors to Topeka. So I drove pickup to Lewis about 8:30, put American, Kansas, and American agriculture flags on the headache rack. Alvin Wheaton, Rocky Snyder, Jack Wolf, Darrell Miller, Junior Titus, Jim Pratt, Bob McKinney, Leo Shinstock, Lester Durley's big Ford truck with 550-gallon fuel for our Ford pickup with 100-gallon of fuel. Bob McKinney, Jack Wolf towed their pickups. Bob had 100-gallon of fuel, and I drove our pickup to Dub Stapleton's, and Selma drove it from Dub Stapleton's to Topeka because I drove one of Stapleton's tractors with a 7040 Alice Chalmers. Mark Scheifler fell in next. Jerry Meyer fell in at Belpre. So our office had 11 tractors on the road. Stopped at Maxville for dinner. I had a bad oil leak. After dinner, I went ahead to Stafford to the Alice Chalmers shop. They fixed it in about 5 minutes. I fell back into the group when they came through. We got to Hutchinson about 4:30. 24 tractors picked us up at Lewis. We stayed at Tri-Point Equipment, Alice Chalmers dealer. They had supper for us, and we had a rally. Then Lewis people stayed at Scotsman Motel, and the Dub and Clara Stapleton, they had their pickup in a camper. On the 14th then, we got up at 5:45 and back to Tri-Point for coffee, rolls. We started rolling at 7:40 a.m. We picked up 11 tractors at Hutchinson, 3 at Burton. We got to Emporia about 2:30 and waited on another group of tractors from Wichita. We paraded at 4:30 till dark. Also tractors from Emporia. Then ate supper at Big Building on the fairgrounds. The tractors were parked there also. We stayed in a Holiday Inn. We paraded with 91 tractors. The next day, the 15th, up early and went to a cafe and ate breakfast. Then to tractors, and we started rolling for Topeka at 7:30. We came into Topeka from the south on Highway 75 and parked in Shawnee County Fairgrounds. About 12 noon, tractors came in all afternoon. We worked on Junior Titus' tractor and fixed the windshield wiper and flashers. We stayed in the Jayhawk Hotel. Big day. We ate breakfast and 2 tractors. They started lining us up at 7:15. We started moving onto the street at 8 a.m. north and around Capitol Building, parked in parking lots, walked about 2 blocks and watched the rest of the parade. Lasted until almost noon. Then Zelma and I and Lester Durley ate dinner there in the Municipal Auditorium for a rally. Afterward, we had excitement. Then left tractors at fairgrounds. Zelma and I, we came on home. Okay, this is when the tractors left for Washington, D.C. This is on the 18th of January. They loaded tractors at Lewis at 6:30 a.m., headed for Topeka. They will drive them from there to Washington, D.C. Jack Wolf's pickup and camper and trailer, Lester Durley's support truck, Zelma and I went to strike office about 10 a.m. I went to Junior Titus's and worked on his new welder generator. Junior and I went to Dodge City and got Kansas oxygen, couldn't fix it. Back to Titus's and hooked his new Super Cab pickup to a trailer. He and Gene will leave for D.C. in the morning. Jack and Doska Wolf got east of Newton on ice and turned both the pickup and camper trailer over. They were able to repair it enough to drive it back home. Luckily, nobody hurt. Let's go to February the 5th, 1979. Big day. Tractors and RVs blocked traffic in Washington, D.C. We saw Lester Durley's truck on TV this evening. Anyway, lots happened today in Washington, D.C. We're on now in February 1979 on the 12th. Foggy and cool all day. I taped cardboard on the sides of 5020 motor and went to Keith King's. Then Zelma drove it. Keith drove his 1070 and I drove his 1370. We parked south of the old Ford garage in Lewis. 18 tractors there in honor of the 3 tractors from our office that went to Washington, D.C.